So if you find yourself struggling to make the results that you really want to make, then this is going to hit you very hard. Okay. I find that most guys that are struggling with seeing their physique change are simply just focusing on the wrong things. It's very easy to focus on low hanging fruit than what really matters. And to be totally honest, the results that you want are on the other side of the work that you continuously put off. So here's an example of this, okay? If you've been working on your physique for a while, you've been going to the gym regularly, but you're not seeing your physique change, and you know deep down that it's because you are not tracking your food and you're not hitting your macros, right? This is something that you're going to continue to put off until the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of actually following through and tracking your food. Okay? Because right now, the pain of just getting down and dirty, tracking your food, and doing the real work that it takes, it's harder for you to do that than it is for you to remain the same right now. But you have to ask yourself, like, what your tolerance is on that, right? How much longer are you going to wait until you finally start getting things to click, right? And it must be like super frustrating to deal with this, right? Because, you're putting in a lot of effort from a gym perspective. You might be getting your sleep down, but you're still just focusing on eating healthy and not actually tracking any numbers. So you don't know how close you are to how you should be eating or not. And this is really where a lot of guys get stuck, is that they do the training and they think that that's going to carry them to the body that they want. But really, they're just focusing on some of the right things and not all of the right things, okay? This is similar to people thinking that a high income is going to make them wealthy, okay? We hear stories like this all the time, where the guy who makes $1 million a year but spends $1 million a year is broke, right? This is very similar to that, okay? In order for you to actually get ahead, you need to live on less than you earn, okay? And we can all agree that that's a pretty solid strategy to continue making money for yourself and having some type of cushion, right? When it comes to nutrition and training and getting your dream body, it's really no different, okay? Your ability to work out will never outwork the lack of consistency that you have on the nutrition front, okay? You're not going to be able to shortcut around that. And the sooner that you learn this very hard lesson, the easier it is for you to get the best results possible. So this is the biggest thing that we need to focus on if you are struggling to see change within your physique. And once you solve this problem, you might ask yourself, like, okay, what's next? Well, you have to follow that for a period of time and definitely adapt it towards whatever goal that you're looking to go after. So when we work with clients and we are putting them through like our 3-phase fat loss formula, we start off with a metabolic priming phase. The reason why we do this is because we need to train someone's body to get used to more food. If you're in an up and down food behavioral process, meaning that sometimes you eat a lot, sometimes you don't eat a lot, it doesn't create any type of consistency that we need to see drastic results. So when we work with clients, what we think works the best and what our track record says works the best is we get them used to more food. So that way they don't get to the weekend and go absolutely ballistic. It also allows them to take some of that pressure off from trying to see the scale weight drop. Then as soon as we're ready, we immediately shift into fat loss and start eating less. Eating less doesn't work unless you can stay consistent with it. So this is why a lot of guys struggle, because they just eat less some of the time, but they make it up in excess on the weekends through alcohol, through overconsumption, and they're not really eating less if you average out the calories throughout the entire week. So this is one thing that a lot of guys need to understand, is that just because calories are set low doesn't mean that it's going to work if you're not going to follow them. So as we accomplish a fat loss phase, we go into what's called a reverse diet. And a reverse diet, again, requires the same consistency that we've been talking about this whole time, and we will start to add calories back in. Reason why this is important is because, just to give you an example, if we diet you down on 2,000 calories a day, that might be doable for a couple months. But once we get to like month 3, month 4, maybe month 5, you're going to start to get hungrier. Your energy is going to start to go down a little bit, and your motivation to train and do basic activities is going to decline, most likely. And this is just a side effect of dieting. It's very normal. But since we know that we can't diet forever. So we have to have a deadline on the diet. And usually for us, it's 3 to 5 months, depending on how much a person has to lose weight-wise and body fat-wise. And what we'll do is we will start to increase their calories by jumping it up just a little bit. And the reason why we do that is because it'll bring your body to maintenance, okay? If your maintenance calories are 2,300 and we put you at 2,000 to drop body fat, if we go up 300 calories, your body weight's going to stay the same. So the idea is to get you to now maintain this new body that you created, okay? All the weight that you've lost, we're here to make that your new normal. And then over time, through metabolic adaptation, we're going to slowly add more calories over time. So that way, you can have your dream body and also your dream calorie goal. And if this process doesn't make sense, if you have questions, drop them down below so I can explain a little bit more about this. But the results that you want are on the other side of the work that you are avoiding, okay? You will not get your dream body. You will not be able to reap the benefits of ripping your shirt off at the pool and dropping jaws if you don't focus on the fucking details, okay? I promise you, it is a lot less stressful to really like dive into this head first and track your macros than it is to go the next 5 years spending all this time in the gym and not addressing the nutrition problem that you're avoiding. All right. Hope you had a great day, and hope this message found you well. Bye.